What were you told about high blood pressure as it related to your pregnancy?
With my first pregnancy, I didn't know what hypertension was at all. I showed up for a checkup and suddenly I was being transported to the hospital. My blood pressure wouldn't go down, and I was told the only way to correct that situation was to have the baby. I learned about high blood pressure only after my pregnancy, what contributes to it, and all that other stuff. A little bit from the doctors, and then some just via personal research. I would say that in my first pregnancy, I thought it was all my fault. The second time around, I knew my body just doesn't like to be pregnant for a long period of time. That is what I was told.
So when I had preeclampsia, basically, I didn't know what I was looking for. My doctor noticed my blood pressure was high, so they had me check my BP and to call them if I was above a certain level. They didn't really explain much, the signs that I was supposed to look for preeclampsia. I didn't get much information from my doctors, maybe because they were too busy, I guess, trying to keep my blood pressure down. I learned more from my doula than I did from my actual healthcare team.
My doctors didn't really talk a lot about hypertension. They told me to start taking a low dose aspirin to help with something. In the postnatal unit, they came and checked my blood pressure a lot, but I just assumed it was something normal that they did. I didn't really know why they were doing it. No one told me about signs or symptoms to look for or anything like that. We never really talked about it.
I was familiar with high blood pressure because my mom has chronic high blood pressure, but I didn't know exactly what it was, and I didn't really understand the readings. I didn't understand why it was important during pregnancy. That was definitely not explained to me. After I was diagnosed with hypertension, the midwives were the only ones who were on top of it. They told me what to watch out for.
The day after I delivered, my blood pressure started to be elevated. I was sent home on day 3 with blood pressure still elevated. They just told me to keep an eye on it. Just come back if, anything happens. Eventually, I was rushed to the OR because I had bled out around my liver, so I was in the ICU for a week. I wasn't taught or explained like these are the effects from your blood pressure being so high, especially for someone that's always been healthy throughout my pregnancy.
What were you told about high blood pressure as it related to your pregnancy?